Hi everyone. We're just back from our holiday in Scotland where we stayed on the banks of Loch Ness. And no, we didn't see Nessie, the Loch Ness monster. But what we did see, still scattered around England and Scotland, are bright red telephone boxes. These red telephone boxes have become a British cultural icon, but were of course designed to be spotted anywhere and to be used as a place to communicate with others by phone. These boxes also provide shelter from any kind of weather, the British kind of weather, and protect one from outside noise. On one of my favorite running routes in the area, I always pass an old, pretty much redundant red telephone box that reminds me that just like it was designed to be a place to communicate, to be a place to find shelter, and a place to be protected from outside noise, so God has designed a place for us to communicate with Him, to find shelter from every circumstance, and to be separated from the noise of the world. I've called it the God Box. Let's take a look. Prayer is more than just speaking and listening to God, and something we can do anywhere at any time. But there is a place that God has designed for us to meet with Him so that we are transformed. The God Box is a place of transforming fellowship where we spend time in His presence and are changed by how He reveals Himself to us. Isaiah prophesies in Isaiah chapter 9 that a light will come to give light to those living in darkness. In Matthew chapter 4, Matthew explains that Jesus is the fulfillment of Isaiah's prophecy. We then read in Isaiah chapter 9 that to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders. And he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. The light that shines in the darkness is the revelation of God through Jesus. The Son is given to us, not only to set us free from the yoke that burdens us and the rod of oppression from the enemy, but so that we can know God and walk in the way of peace. So what does Isaiah's prophecy have to do with the God Box? I believe the God Box, or secret place, or whatever you want to call it, is designed for us to spend time in God's presence to receive revelation of who He is as the Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. When these four sides of the God Box become a reality to us, and we learn to live from how God reveals Himself to us, we are changed and we can walk in the way of peace. You see, you may know that God is the Wonderful Counselor, but is He your Wonderful Counselor? Do you know Him as your wonderful Paraclete, the one who walks alongside you to lead you and guide you and to give you godly wisdom? Do you know God as your mighty one who dwells in you to empower you to overcome the world, the flesh, and the devil? Is He your mighty God who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or imagine according to the power that is within you? Do you know Him as your everlasting Father, the one who has lavished His love on you and calls you His child? Do you know His constant, affirming love that secures your acceptance and your identity in Him? And is He your Prince of Peace, the one who rules and reigns in your life and gives you peace in any circumstance? Do you know this peace that surpasses understanding because your Prince of Peace dwells in your life? This is what God wants us to discover and experience in the God Box. Clearly, the God Box is more than a red telephone box where we can communicate, find shelter, and get away from the noise of the world. The God Box is a place of encounter, a place of transforming fellowship, a place where light shines in the darkness to give us revelation of who God is. God wants to reveal Himself to you as your wonderful Counselor, your mighty God, your everlasting Father, and your Prince of Peace. Let's not reduce prayer to a telephone call, but let us enter the God Box to grow in our knowledge of Him so that we are changed by His presence. Then we will be able to walk in the way of peace. God bless you.